Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I do have some leftover yarn here. I have green, I have of red, these two small ones of yellow, so small balls of black. So I've decided to make a top out of them, which is really good. You can use your waste yarn to make something so you don't let it go to waste. So I'm going to make a rasta kind of top. It's going to be very simple, beginner friendly. Okay, let's get to it. I measured around my waist without completely closing the waist because I'm going to attach an I-cord or string to join the waist. It measured around 22 inches for me. So I'm getting those very 22 inches and bring them here on the machine to see what I'll get. It's giving me around 60 to 65. If I take it to 65, it gives me 23 inches, and for me I think 23 inches is better. It will cover up more. On my dummy was measuring 21 inches, so you can measure yourself around your waist without completely covering the waist because it's going to be a little bit open, and see how much you measure and then set that on your, I think for a small size it will be 20 or 21 inches. If you're 20 inches you could be measuring about 55. If you're 21, 60. For me who is doing 23, it's going to 65. Okay, so that's how you can tell how you're going to start. So for me I'm bringing out 65 by 65 needles, and I'm pulling out needles one by one to cast on, yeah. And then I'm going to start. I'm going to cast on with the Arab method. I do have a video showing how to cast on with the Arab method, so if you're a beginner you can check out my beginner friendly tutorials. Make sure your counter is at 0. Or we can start off with tension 4 for the rib. Attach your comb. I'm making a rib of 1 by 1. That means we are using one needle, leaving one in the non-working position, bring the next to work and leaving the other in the non-working position. So I've started with black, and then we'll switch to another color. We're using black for the rib, and our rib is a 1 by 1 rib. I've left one in the non-working position and one into the working position. And I'm going to knit a rib of 30 rows. That's our rib of 30. Now we are going to join the rib. You pick the first loop, the first row that we created, and attach it to the empty needles. Then you do this for all your work. Don't pick a lot, make sure you pick like the first 2 loops up, because if you put a lot on the needles it will be hard for them to knit. So put a thin layer to the end of your work. So finished joining the rib. Okay, so let's knit one loop to join our rib. So now I'm going to change color. I first fix on the weights, and now I'm going to use yellow, right? Yes. So I'm putting arrow counter back to 0 to start on our top, and I'm putting my tension in 5. Then I'm attaching yellow to begin with. Now we are going to be reducing while making this top because we are going to make it in a V kind of shape, yeah. So I'm going to knit 2, 1 and 2, and then I will reduce using this. Actually I won't be using this. Let me use the 3 too, because it will make some kind of nice design on the edge. Yeah, so I'm going to pick these 3 and then put them back, leaving 1 and putting on the other. Yeah, so that leaves 1 empty needle. Do the same on this side. Pick the 3, then put them back without putting on the first needle on the edge. Yeah, so that needle will get out of work. Then we need 2. 2, decrease again and reduce again the same way. So when I remove, I'll put back on 1 because these are 3, but I want 1 to get out of working position, and that leaves only 2 needles that don't have work. So I'll put the 3rd on this other needle that has work, so it will have 2 loops. So the 3rd will go on the needle that has work, and then the other 2 on the 2 empty needles, so that 1 needle will get out of work. That's how we do it. Let me show you another way of reducing, which is the simple way. You can just use this single tool and just move 1 needle, the last needle, put it on the next, make sure it's out of working position, and do the same this side. Remove and put on the next. As simple as that. But using this method creates for us a nice edging, which is what I'm trying to make. Since we're not going to make anything else on the edging, we need a beautiful edging, right? Yeah. So you need 2 and reduce, and that's how we are going to be making our top, knitting 2 and reducing all the way. Now I'm going to knit 20 rows of the yellow while reducing. I knit 2 and reduce, I knit 2 and reduce. Okay, so I'm done with the 20 rows of the yellow, and now we are going to attach the green. Before I attach our green, so don't forget that we are reducing after every 2 rows. Okay, so let me attach the green now. Knit 2 rows and reduce. Okay, knit 2 rows and reduce. Okay, so I'm also going to knit 20 rows of the green as well. Yeah, so let me do that. So that's 20 rows of the green. Now I'm going to attach the red. Don't forget to reduce before you attach the other color. Then I'm attaching red. So you knit 2 and reduce. And same thing, we are going to knit 20 rows of the red, but as I knit 2 and reduce. Don't forget to push back the empty needle to the non-working position. And then knit 2. So that's my 20 rows of red. I reduce before I change color. Okay, now we are going to attach black, yellow, green, red, and those are the Rastafari colors. Yeah, so we are going to go back to black and knit 20 rows of black still, but doing it the same way. Knit 2 and reduce. Don't forget to push the empty needle out of the working position. After black, we are touching yellow. Knit 2 and decrease for 20 rows again. So that's 20 rows of the yellow, and in total we've knitted 100 rows. So guys, this is the end of our decreases. Now I want us to cast off the middle part. So I'm just going to knit 2 more rows. That's 1 and 2, and then I'm going to put the last I'm going to put the last 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5, in holding position, and those stitches we are going to use to knit a strap or string that's going to go around our neck. Yeah, so I'm going to cast off these needles in between, and then I'll leave 5. So on my machine, I'm going to put my machine in holding position by pushing this from 1 to 2. That means these won't be knitting. Yeah, so I'll knit, and then I'm going to use the transfer tool to cast off these stitches in between and have 5 still left on the other side. So I do have a video showing pretty well and explaining really well how to cast off with a transfer tool, so you can check it out if you have to. So I'm doing this until I have 5 left. So those are 5 left, and now we are going to knit the strap. So to make a good strap, I'm going to press this button here on my carriage, that one, and then I'll knit. I think I'm going to knit about 100 rows of the strap. Let's do that and see. Bring this closer. So guys, I've made 150 rows of the strap. Now let me cast off. And we are done with the first strap. Make sure all the needles are out of work. Then let's make a strap for this side as well. Yeah, so we are going to remove the machine from holding position. So we're going to do the same thing, knit 150 rows of strap, and then I'll show you guys how to make a strap for this other side. Yeah, so guys, I'm done with the straps, both of them. This is our top so far. So I want to attach straps at the beginning of our work here and here. So I'm going to attach these back onto the machine, put on 2 needles, and see how many needles we'll have. So these are 3, 3, 8. So I've attached to 8 needles. We are going to use black for this strap. Let me put my row counter to 0. So I'm going to first knit 1 row. Okay, 2 rows in fact. So after knitting 2, I'm going to reduce because I want 5 stitches left here. So I'm going to pick these 2, put them here. Okay, and that leaves me 2, 4, 6. Then I'll pick 1 here and place it here, and that leaves me 5 stitches. Then I'll knit 2 rows again. That's 1 and 2, and then we'll press this last button here to start knitting the I-cord. Still, I'm going to knit 150 rows of the I-cord. So I've knit the 150 rows, and now I'm going to cast off. So I'm done with this strap. Okay. This is what it looks like. Now let's do the same thing on the other side for a strap as well. This side, just do exact same thing. Alright guys, so I'm done with the strap. Now this is our top. It has straps on both ends. Yeah. And also up here. So let me fix it on the dummy for you guys to see. Don't forget to cut off all the edges. That's our top, guys. Let me show you guys the back. That's the back. So it has an open back. Of course, I'm going to cut this off for a perfect finish. And that's it.